is Friday night, Hangout, creating our stories, piece by piece. This is Friday night, Hangout, creating our stories, piece by piece. Exploring limitless opportunities, illuminate our path, amplify our impact. Oh, it's Friday night Hangout. It's Friday night Hangout. It's safe space for ideation.
Hi, hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Friday Night Hangout. Who is excited? I am super excited to be here. I'm your host, Joy Onyesoh, and it's always a delight to be with you every Friday as we hang out, having conversations on topical issues for our personal, business, and professional growth, right? And so this month, we're continuing the conversations on new beginnings and fresh starts. We know the second quarter of the year is here, and some of us are making fresh money moves. So we're here to have that conversation. Money moves for a fresh start, smart financial tips, budgeting, and building wealth. So if you're here and you want us to have frank conversation on money and all of that, then you just need to be here. Okay, so this is that space. If this is your first time, welcome right in. Welcome right in. This is a loving, interactive, and energetic tribe. So we're here because of you. And we're excited that this is season 23, episode 247. So we're super excited. Now, what is your biggest financial challenge right now? Is it saving? Is it spending? Or is it even planning? While you're reflecting on that, don't forget to use the hashtag TGIF. Tell us where you're watching in from. And of course, you know that we have the YouTube channel Friday Night Hangout. You can always subscribe or to even subscribe to our Power Moment TV. There you get past episodes, current episodes. Put on the subscription button so you get notified whenever we go live. So let's go in. What's your biggest financial challenge right now? I know that's a heavy one, right? So what is it? Is it what really is that thing that you're thinking about and you just ask yourself, oh my God, I wish I could solve this right now? Yeah. So one thing I would like you to know that is you're not alone. At every point in our life, we're thinking about one money move or the other. Is it that we're thinking about how to make money, how to spend money, or how to multiply money? So it's there, or to save money. So I'm sure you will fall into one of it, right? But I want to share with you a story. Now, 2010, most of you might have heard this if you've been on this show for a while. 2010, I shared I had a major financial, stagnation. I made a huge mistake financially. Took risk I was not supposed to take. And one of the things I learned from that is don't take risk that you're not prepared for. Don't get excited over things and take risks that you're not prepared for, that you don't have something planned for. Take measured risk. So if you want to grow in business, you must take a measure of risk, right? But you need to be able to think through it. Is this risk? Is it moderate for me? Is it severe? Is it just what it is, right? Low risk. If the worst case scenario should play out, where will I be? So don't take risks that would, wipe you off. I remember during the Ponzi scheme era, that one was, I think it was 3, 4 years ago, a whole lot of Ponzi businesses everywhere. And people were taking risks. When it collapsed, some people would say, oh, this is all the money I have in my life. And I was thinking, why would you put all the money you have in your life and give it to someone you don't even know very well? Why would you take all you have and trust someone enough to hand it over to the person? So the key point here is you don't take risks that are not calculated. Don't take risks that are not calculated. That was one lesson I walked away with. The second lesson I learned is your network is your net worth. So if you're here and you have not invested in building your social currency, please, you need to. What brought me out of that situation was the social currency I had built. I had to leverage my support systems to get out of that situation. So, what's your social currency like? Now, while you're sitting on that and thinking about that, I want you also to think about where you are in your financial journey. One of the worst things you can do is to live in denial. And we may say, oh, no, I don't live in denial. But I tell you, from having conversations with my clients and people around me, a number of us live in denial. So, what do I mean by living in denial? Some of us are not sincere as to where we are in our financial journey. You don't even understand how much money you make. Some of us don't know how much money we make. You can't project. Yes, I know we're living in a very volatile economy where things can go crazy at times, but there should be a measure of buffer that you would have. So you could say, oh, worst case scenario, this is what I could get at the minimum, right? So what are your sources of income? And then where do your expenses go to? You need to know. You need to have understood your pattern of spending. Last year, something dropped in my spirit, and that is effective management. Management is how you use the resources you have to achieve the results or the goals that you want to achieve, right? It could be human resources, time resources, financial resources, and all of that. But tonight, we are focusing on financial resources. So you need to see how much you bring in vis-a-vis how much you're spending. And not just how much you're spending, what is your spending pattern? Where do your money go to? Is it to Ashebi? Is it to small chop chop? Is it to helping people? Is it to taking care of the family problems? Is it on yourself? So if you don't know where your money is going to, it's difficult for you to plug it. So if you've not started tracking your expenditure, I want to encourage you tonight, get a journal, get a notebook, or you can even use your phone. At the end of every day, look at what income you've gotten, whether someone gifted you, whether it's something that you earned, but also track how much you spend and what you spend them on. What you spend them on. And if you want to take it on a second level, you want to know how you were feeling when you were making those spends. Some of us, when we get excited, we spend. Some of us, when we are sad, we want to spend. So you need to also track your emotions to know what pushes you into spending a lot, what pushes you into, what drives you into wanting to make so much more income. You need to identify your patterns of income and your patterns of spending. Now, when you've come to that place, the next thing you want to do is to sit on it, think through and say, how am I going to build smart financial habits? Because habits are what you do routinely, right? You want to learn how to save intentionally. You want to learn how to avoid impulsive spending. You want to build hardcore discipline around money. You want to get comfortable with money as well. So you can't build discipline. You can't save intentionally. You can't avoid impulsive spending if you're not comfortable around money. If you're not comfortable about having financial conversations as well. So what makes you spend impulsively? Note it. Now, for you to build smart financial habits, you need to cut impulsive spending. And what do we mean by impulsive spending? You know how you don't have a budget for anything, you don't have a plan. So maybe you go to make your hair, and as you're making your hair, someone comes into the shop and the person has a beautiful gown, beautiful slippers, beautiful shoes, or makeup bag. And you say, oh, this is fine. You're buying this, you're splurging, you're buying this. By the time you get home, your eyes just open. Wow. You calculate. You spent 100K, 50K that you did not budget for. Meanwhile, there are needs. So one of the things I always tell myself is, Joy, listen, you need to send your money on an errand. And if you don't send your money on an errand, it will find an errand to go by itself. Why? Because money is a tool. It's meant to be spent. So how do you send your money on an errand? How do you invest it wisely? It's by planning. And the planning starts even before the money comes. What do you want to spend money on? And you need to be able to prioritize. You need to be able to look at three things. What are your needs? What are your wants? And then what do you want to save? Don't go anywhere. Stay with me. We're going to be back shortly. Let's take this break. And when we come back, we're going to start talking about Simple budgeting that works. Nothing complicated. Something you can start doing right away. You know how we say it, right? Actions that you can implement right away. That's what Friday Night Hangout is for. So stay with me, don't go anywhere. I will come back talking about. Hello, I am Professor Joy Onyesoh, the convener of She Speaks Summit and your Clarity Coach. I am delighted to invite you to the She Speaks Summit 2026, happening from 25th to 27th June 2026 here in Enugu, Coast City, Nigeria. This year, we bring you a powerful experience designed to help you gain clarity, build capacity, and achieve excellence in your life and work. As a VIP, you will access our Leadership Mastery Workshop under the Coach Elevate program with certification opportunities, exclusive coaching, and premium networking. As a regular participant, you will gain full access to the summit sessions, business and financial growth series, clarity and communication sessions, as well as our Pitch and Connect, including the Gala Night. And as for students, this is a unique opportunity to learn, connect, and grow within a powerful dynamic community of women who are building and leading. Now, She Speaks Summit is more than an event. It is a strategic investment in your growth and future. I look forward to welcoming you. Use the link below to register, and I'm super excited at the opportunities you would be unlocking. See you at the She Speaks Summit 2026. Hey, welcome back. Yes, that's the She Speaks Summit happening here in Cold City, June 25th to 27th. And if you haven't registered there, what are you waiting for? It's to be spectacular. Oh, we have amazing things for you. So you don't want to miss it. Use the link in the comment. We're dropping the link right now in the comments. So use the link, get yourself registered, and you will thank me for it. I look forward to welcoming you. We're going to be having conversations like this and even much more deeper, because we're going to be having financial clinics where we could deal with your issues one-on-one. You have an opportunity to speak out, ask questions, and you get us to hold your hands as we hold you through, accountable through the journey. Now we're talking about simple budgeting that works, right? I said, stay with me. There are 4 things I want you to take note of. The first one is every human being has needs. Now, what are your needs? Your needs are those things that you cannot do without. These are things that should be your priority. So your needs vary depending on who you are, your context, right? Your environment, and a number of things, right? What are some of the needs you can mention? Food. So you know you need to budget for food, right? Transportation, you need to be able to move around. And in this time and age, you need to make some allowance for calls, data, and all of that, right? So there are some needs that you can't do without, because if you go out of communication, of course, your income earning ability or your socialization ability will reduce, and that may not even augur well with you, to not make you happy. So you want to be careful that you don't make your wants your needs. Your needs are things that are really important. They should be top priority. The next ones are the things you need to know about your wants. So your wants, we could want a lot of things. I could want to travel to the UK right now, but is that a need for me? No. Now, no, it's not. I could want to buy Cold Stone ice cream right now to have, or maybe as I'm leaving the office. Is that a need for me right now? No, it's a want. So you will decide what is the want for you by looking at your peculiar situation. What are things that you could actually do without? And the truth, my dear, is if you're not able to identify and categorize your needs and your wants, the danger there is you will find yourself splurging on your wants and thinking they are your needs. It requires you being honest with yourself and telling yourself the truth, knowing that you see this one, I can put it in the parking lot for now. I'm not in a good place to do this. I will do this much later. You see that as Shebi, that you bought 1, 2, 3, my dear, you need to slow down on it, right? You see that travel to attend one funeral or to go for a birthday party, you could also postpone those and send someone a message to say, listen, I cannot tell right now, but I have got you in my prayers and all of that. You need to be sincere and truthful with yourself for you to identify what your needs and your wants are. Then your savings. See, you need to form that discipline of putting aside something for an emergency, especially when you live in a country like Nigeria, where we have little or zero social infrastructure. Our welfare system is zero. So you want to be able to have some money you can use to start off that emergency. Listen, when you have little kids in the house, when you have the elderly, when you have someone with a particular condition, when you just need to know that you need to put something away, something that will give you the soft landing while you try to get whatever it is. Because no matter how well prepared you are, you can never prepare enough, right? But prepare enough that you once things hit you, you can stand and think through it and find a way out. So, my dear, what is your emergency funding? For health issues, for loss, for you need to identify and put something away. It doesn't matter how small it is. A drop of water makes what? A mighty ocean. Can you imagine when the tap, put a bucket under a leaking tap? It's just doing thump. You know how you just hear it, boom, boom, tap. You just come in and you say, okay, let me just put this bucket there. When you go out, by the time you come back in the evening, it's either half full or even full. And that's how it is. When you start saving little, it becomes something substantive. Can you imagine if you commit to saving 100 naira, 200 naira every day? In a week, that's about 700 to 1,400 naira. In a month, that's how much. In a year, that's how much. So based on your level and circumstances, you should be able to put up something. Nothing is too small, right? And then we talk about investment, which is the fourth level. But I want to put a note of caution here. I see people who should be just focused on building their cash flow, rushing off into investment. Yes, investment is good. But before you jump into investment, be sure that you sorted out your cash flow problem, that you're able to sort yourself out, you're able to leverage, you're able to keep moving. You have to survive first, too. Before you go and buy that plot of land, make sure that you can survive, that you even be alive to enjoy that plot of land, right? So these four categories, right? You need to think through them, think about it, sit on it, and decide, where am I in the scheme of things? And of course, you can't do all this if you're not tracking your expenses and if you're not tracking your income. So if you're watching me and you don't even know how much you made last month, or you don't know how much you spent on what item last month, then there is something wrong with your financial system. You mustn't be an organization to run a financial system. How much more when you're running an organization, that it becomes very important that you know what money comes in and what money goes out and where exactly those money are going into. That's why we say track your expenses. And then by tracking your expenses, you can start adjusting your lifestyle. You can say, oh, if I stop taking a bottle of Coke every day, that's about 500 naira, right? So you're saving 500 naira every day, and that is about 3,500 naira a week. And if you take Coke 3 times a week, that's about 1,500 in savings. Can you imagine if you start cutting off on things that you think do not matter? They become money. You can save up to 3,000, 4,000, 2,000, 5,000 naira in a week. Multiply by 4 to 5 weeks, that becomes 20, 25,000. You can use to do something even more substantive. Okay? So today I want you to start your wealth building journey. Your wealth building journey starts from 1, identifying your income sources. 2, understanding your expenditure pattern. 3, building small consistent savings, right? And then 4, working on your cash flow system. Finally, you start thinking about multiplying your wealth, where investment comes into it. Now, for you to do all of this, you need to start from the beginning, which is investing in knowledge and opportunities. If you're not on Friday Night Hangout, then you're missing. So you may have friends or loved ones who should be watching this show. You may have someone who is an impulsive spender. You may have someone who likes to spend. Sometimes we want to be people pleaser. You don't have the money. You're emotional. You're in church and they say we want 10 persons that will give 100,000 and you jump up. because you want people to applaud you, because you want to feel big. See, the worst thing you can do to yourself is to lie to yourself. Especially in this time, it's not just a Nigerian issue, it's a global phenomenon right now. The economy has taken a hit. One of the best things you can do to yourself is to adjust your lifestyle. Give with wisdom, spend with wisdom, save with wisdom, invest with wisdom. That's what you need to do. And so, for you to do all of this, you need to invest in knowledge and then move on to investing in opportunity. Then you also need to start thinking long term instead of short term. Most of us are about now. Now we want gratification right away. And that's why a lot of us fall prey to Ponzi scheme and all of that, because we want it quick. We want that microwave, you put it in, you put it out, and the whole money, oh, it's everywhere. In real life, it doesn't work that way. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes consistency, it takes patience, it takes skill set to grow money and to build yourself into a comfortable place and then into a place of investment. So you must be willing to understand this and go through that. So you have to invest in knowledge. You have to invest in social currency. So you need to do all of this. I keep saying money would open doors for you. It can buy you access, right? But you see knowledge, you see social currency, they will keep you in that room and make sure the door doesn't shut. And the door is not shut against you. Money cannot do that for you. So you need to watch your attitude. You need to invest in social currency and you need to build your knowledge base. And stop thinking short term. Think about it. 5 years down the line, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years. Don't get focused on today. If you keep making decisions just on today, then you miss the opportunity of who you are in the next 5, 10 years. And then you make decisions that will not augur well for your future growth, right? So even in terms of marriage, in terms of relationship, in terms of investment, you want to think long term, okay? Now, I want you to reflect. This is that moment where we sit back, we reflect on what we've heard, and then we start taking action. So now, what is one money habit you want to change in the next 72 hours? And I'm not saying in the next 10 days, I'm not saying in the next 2 months, I'm saying in the next 72 hours, what is one major smart money move that you want to make? What is it? Put it in the comment section. Think about it clearly. Hold yourself accountable. I see you good. Keep it coming in, right? That's right. Hey, yes, thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Keep it coming in. What is one major money habit you want to change in the next 72 hours? Today is Friday. From now to Saturday, this time is 24 hours. To Sunday, 48 hours. This time on Monday, 72 hours. What is one major money move you want to change? A money habit. Think about it. Is it that you want to start tracking? Start it right away. What are you waiting for? Do you want to start saving right away? Do you want to change adjust your lifestyle? That's it. That's what you want to do. And so I tell us, don't sit on things. There are things you need to change and you need to change right now. So if you like what the conversation we're having, like, subscribe to Friday Night Hangout YouTube channel, like, subscribe to Power Woman TV, and don't go anywhere. You can watch previous episodes and you can come back. And you know this conversation, we've got you covered this April. So we're going to continue this conversation next week. We're going to be looking at how you can scale your business. You can't talk about scaling your business if you've not fixed your money issues. You have to fix your money issues before you talk about scaling your business. Then we start looking at the structure, the strategies that work, practical tips for growing your business, and how you can reach new customers and increase revenue. Okay? But first of all, we want to fix that money habit. So what I want you to know as I sign off tonight is financial clarity brings peace. There's this peace of mind that you have when you know you're clear about your financial situation. You're clear about where you're going to. You're clear about how you spend, your spending pattern. You're clear about what you need to get done. And one thing I can tell you is this: clarity comes from doing. So some of these tips we've shared today, don't sit on it. I said 72 hours. Start tracking your expenditure. You can even start today if you're very proactive. When you learn something, apply it. Knowledge gained without application is wasted. And that's the truth. Any new knowledge you get, apply it. The more you apply, the more you get more knowledge, you expand your knowledge base, and you start seeing changes. So you don't want to keep making the same mistake and thinking things will change. So know this: financial clarity brings peace. Financial discipline builds stability. It builds stability. When you track what you have been spending your money on, you can identify what you need to shut down. You can identify the gap you need to plug, and then you become disciplined. You tell yourself, I know I can do this and I will do it one step at a time. Instead of planning to build that discipline for 30 days, start with today. Tell yourself, throughout today, I'm not going to spend unnecessarily. Call yourself to order. Applaud yourself at night. Oh, I did this. Celebrate yourself. The next day, you go again. One day at a time, you build routine. And before you know it, you do it 30 days consecutively, you're right there. And you keep at it, and small step, you're creating wealth. Okay? So I want to encourage you tonight. Write down your monthly budget. Don't operate without a budget. Remember, your budget is your plan, is your financial plan, how you want to spend your money, how you want to earn your money, and it also helps you to track what you're not doing well or what you're doing well. Identify what unnecessary expense to cut out from tonight. Start a simple savings plan. It may be 100 naira a day, 200 naira a day, 500 naira a day, according to your level, your hands, what is convenient for you. But start something simple, and you would see that by the time we're coming to the end of this quarter or the end of the year, you'll be amazed at how far you have grown. Aren't you excited? What is one thing you want to do today? Put it in the comment section. Let's celebrate. When we come back next week, you will tell us what you want us to celebrate you for. So I want to appreciate every one of you. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for being a loyal Friday Night Hangout community. We love you. We appreciate you. And don't forget that next week we're going to be talking about scaling your business, strategies that work, practical tips to growing your business, reaching new customers, and increasing revenue. So what are some of the things you want to do following this conversation? Follow us on all the social media platforms. Share the replay, invite someone next week, and of course, subscribe. Of course, always remember, I love honor and I celebrate you, and I look forward to seeing you next week, Friday. From myself and all of us at the Friday Night Hangout Studio, we love and celebrate you. Remember to smell the roses and take one small step today. Financial discipline gives peace and stability. See you next week, Friday. Bye for now. Hello, I am Professor Joy Onyesoh, the convener of She Speaks Summit and your Clarity Coach. I am delighted to invite you to the She Speaks Summit 2026, happening from 25th to 27th June 2026 here in Enugu Coast City, Nigeria. This year, we bring you a powerful experience designed to help you gain clarity, build capacity, and achieve excellence in your life and work. As a VIP, you will access our Leadership Mastery Workshop under the Coach Elevate program with certification opportunities, exclusive coaching, and premium networking. As a regular participant, you will gain full access to the summit sessions, business and financial growth series, clarity and communication sessions, as well as our Pitch and Connect, including the Gala Night. And as for students, this is a unique opportunity to learn, connect, and grow within a powerful, dynamic community of women who are building and leading. Now, She Speaks Summit is more than an event. It is a strategic investment in your growth and future. I look forward to welcoming you. Use the link below to register, and I'm super excited at the opportunities you would be unlocking. See you at the She Speaks Summit 2026.
Since Friday